Okay. All right. All the tires are low. They're just going to get lower. Oh, they get warm. Tire pressure's low. 10 pounds lower. No. Check that. 3 pounds lower. 31, 1 pound. This is a real cold weather, right? They're about to go way down. That temperature's going to drop another 40 degrees here pretty soon. That's a pretty church. Put a lot of effort in their lives. Palmer North. Oder? You got one more pound to go. His tires will be warmed up. So last night I made it to where the hell did I go? Eagle River. So if any of you get a chance to stay at the Eagle River, I don't know if I should say a hotel, maybe don't do it. It's half the price of every other hotel up here, so you're just sleeping. Justification, right? Yeah, yesterday it started out real early, right? 3:22 in the morning. Dog comes in, barks. Wife has to get up. It's her dog. And I did not get up for another hour, but I couldn't go back to sleep. So get up at 4 o'clock. I had to go into work a little early to do some paperwork. So I went in, did my paperwork, then went to work. Then I thought I was supposed to be on the 10:35 flight to get out of the village. I went down at 10:35, 2 little airplanes. It's a good sign. Was supposed to have been out on the 9 o'clock flight, but so was somebody else. I think there was a mix-up. I've been waiting for the 10:35 flight for like 3 days, but due to high winds, I couldn't get out. So that was that. So anyway, I decided I wasn't going to get on the 10:35 flight because everybody else who was scheduled to get on the 10:35 flight was there, and it was pretty crowded. So I waited till 12:15 or something, and I got out of the village. So then I wanted to go and get the Jeep ready to drive. So I go to the gated parking lot. The gate's locked. No key in the key box. I walk back to the airport, get the key, go back, unlock it, get my truck, get my stuff. And then I go to the motorhome and started working on the Jeep. I gave myself an hour to get the Jeep up and running, to get my Starlink installed, which I'll show you my Starlink installation when I get a chance. Not right now, but later. It's actually pretty cool. They could make a cutout one of these Freedom Top panels where you can just mount the antenna. That'd be amazing. But anyway, the Freedom Top's made out of fiberglass. And alien radio waves that Elon Musk sends down can easily pass through this fiberglass top. So with the aid of some 3M tape and some suction cups and a couple of brackets, I was able to mount this down. So it was so cold out, I was having difficulty getting anything to stick to the 3M top, or to the Freedom Top. So I had to heat the Jeep up to get the stuff to stick. Anyway, it did stick. Then I was having problems with this OBS software. I had set all this up in my office. To see it work, and everything worked fine. Put it in the Jeep, it doesn't work. So I had to reconfigure that. So 2:35, I'm ready to leave. So an hour later than what? Now, mind you, at this point, I only have like an hour and a half of daylight left, which is not a lot of daylight. You can imagine in Alaska. So I went and I had to go to the UPS store, drop some packages off, and then I was on my merry way. And fortunately, the roads have just been really, really clean and smooth. That gas station right there, that Chevron over here, that's a good stop. They usually have really good prices of fuel, but it doesn't look that way today. I say usually, well, a few years ago, it was pretty good. So anyway, I finally did get started. But I didn't make it up to, because I'm a conservative driver in this Jeep. I'm not trying to wreck it. I got like 4,000 miles in a trip that is, at just about any given point, you're in the middle of nowhere. It's just sparse. In Alaska, as, I don't know, as much as we have here, there's times when you feel like there just aren't a lot of services. Like, I don't know. I guess the nearest Jeep dealership would be, excuse me, like 20 miles in front of me in Wasilla. But once I leave Palmer and start heading north, you run out of services real way. Like this is where it's all happening, and it looks really nice down here. You know, as far as development goes, with pavement, lights, and whatnot. So, but anyway, it's a lot of miles, even more kilometers. It's just a lot more kilometers than there are miles. So I try to go by miles instead of kilometers. Nothing wrong to the metric folks, but add a lot of extra numbers in there. So today I woke up again exactly at 3:22, and spent about 30 minutes trying to go back to sleep. Finally I got up around 4 o'clock and took a shower and got on my merry way. There's a Shell station up here in Palmer that I'm going to stop at. And then another one in Tote Junction. And I'm only stopping really at the Shell stations to get the fuel discount. Thing about Alaska, man, cracked windshield and unreadable license plates most of the year. It's something. I wonder if my voice is even making it over here. Yep, it is. It's hot. Thunderbird Falls. I don't think I've ever been there. I tell people, buddies of mine, oh, you're living the dream, blah, 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 in Alaska. And I'm telling you, I would rather come up as a move and experience Alaska over the years than as a tourist. I moved up here in 2013, I believe. Lived in the same village the whole time. It's probably the longest place I've ever lived. What stretch? I love living in the village. It's nice. People are friendly. I've not had any problems. A lot of people maybe just have to have the mentality for it, right? Inflate to 37. I wonder why it wants me to inflate to 37. I thought 32 was what my pressure was supposed to be. I don't think it's supposed to be 37. It's supposed to be 32. These things have sat at 32 and 33 psi ever since I've owned it. And now the Jeep is telling me to inflate to 37 psi. This thing's retarded. I don't know how the Jeep would know. Like, if you had tires, should you go by the tire manufacturer? I guess that's a question, right? Do you go by the air pressure on the tires, or do you go by what the sticker is on the door? It would seem to me to go by what was on the tires, as the Jeep can't possibly know what tires I have on it. Now I think because I have this low tire pressure warning, I can't auto start the Jeep. Auto start. I can't remote start the Jeep. Not auto start. I turn the auto start off. A lot of people don't like the auto start stop. But you can just push a button and turn it off. It's not that hard. I don't know what the big whoop is. It's just a button. And there's ways around it, right? You can disconnect something under the hood. But on the Honda, I found out last year, messing around my in-laws' Honda, it had the auto start, or has the auto start stop. They don't like it. But, you don't have to like it, no. Hopefully I'm going the right way. If you turn the air conditioner on max, on AC max, I think it was, it deactivates the auto start stop, which is pretty neat. And it's Arizona, so in the summer, they probably need to run their air conditioner and auto start and stop. Actually, they don't. They're funny. You know, they live just a few miles from Mercury. Arizona is just ridiculously hot in the summer. And 80 degrees to them in their house is perfectly. It's just okay. I die there in the summer. I can't crawl out of my skin. It's a lot of heat. Phoenix, Arizona, put the heat up on you. So I like Arizona though. Nice place. It's like every place else, you know. They got their problems, but they have their positives too. I hope to be able to take this thing up to Crown King if I got time. Matanuska River. I think I camped on this river one year. I think. That was one of these rivers. Maybe it wasn't the Matanuska. Nah, probably. But we drug our campers through the river, set them up on the bank. That was a lot of fun. Those good memories. According to Alaska 511, the road is good all the way to freaking Toke. I know it's good to Glen Allen. I shouldn't say I know it's good to Glen Allen. I mean, it's showing good to Glen Allen. I believe it was showing good to Toke. Which is nice. One year I went down October, I think it was. I got a Chevy 3500, no, check that, 2500. And I drove down to Ohio, Indiana, Paul Sherry. What's the name of that dealership, camper place. It was in it's probably Indiana or Ohio. I can't remember now. But I wanted to go down and get a camper. They had a 26 RBK. What the hell made that? It had a cat on the front of it. It wasn't a panther. It starts with a K. Anyway, had to have this camper, right? Now, when we first moved up here, we had a little screened-in tent, like one of these summer dome tents that didn't even have walls. Like, it's just screen, just mesh. A real thin mosquito mesh kind of thing, right? And an air mattress. And we pulled it in this old homemade trailer we bought at Home Depot. Put it together in our garage and hitched it up to a 1980 Jeep CJ5, and then came up to Alaska. And every year, for years, it had to have been 4 or 5 years, we'd drive that Jeep, pulling that trailer all the way back down to Arizona every summer. Oh my gosh, you talk about what an adventure. Not a bad memory one doing that. But one spring, it might have been during spring break, we wanted to go up to Fairbanks and see if we could catch the northern lights. So we go up to Fairbanks. We're off for spring break. Got all this whole kit. We got a sleeping bag. My wife's parents bought us a sleeping bag. It was so big, so thick that it took up like the entire little cargo trailer we had, right? Anyway, we go to Fairbanks and it is freaking cold. And we're sleeping in this tent. I think we went to Walmart and bought a buddy heater, a little $70 buddy heater. And in the morning, we turned that little buddy heater on. We were freezing in there. And even in that screened-in tent, that buddy heater heat up that tent. And we kicked ourselves in the ass for not ever thinking to get a buddy heater. Like, why didn't we get a buddy heater from the get-go? We did that for years. Every summer, pack up the Jeep, tow our little tent, sleeping bag around, tent camp. And then we found this camper down in Oregon. And little camper, I don't know what it costs, $1,200, $1,300, some old camper. Called this lady up. I said, I'm in Alaska. I'm coming down to get that camper. Like a 1,500 mile, probably 3,000 mile round trip drive. I said, I promise I'm on my way. I'm leaving now. She took the ad down. She's like, well, if you don't come, I'll just put the ad back up. So I'll be there in 2 days. I drive down, pick that camper up. We camped in that for a year. It was really small. Now, I'm a bit of a lard ass. Right? I'm kind of a fat guy. Not even kind of a fat guy. I'm solidly in the fat guy category. And we were camping one summer with my wife's parents. We usually spend the summers with them. I forget where all we went. We went everywhere camping that summer. And as we usually do in the summer. Well, I'm coming out of the camper and I hear my wife's mother tell Penny, how does Randall even fit in the bathroom? And I'm like, motherfucker. So she took a jab at me, right? Which she loves me. I love her. It is what it is. I don't deny the fact that I'm fat. I'm heavy. Anyway, so I'm like, well, fuck this then. I'm gonna get me a bigger camper. So that winter, that fall, no, later that summer. No, it was in October. Yeah, it was October. I found this camper down in Paul Sherry. It wasn't a Palomino. What the hell was it? I gotta look it up now. It's gonna bother me if I don't figure it out. It was a 26 RBK. It was like a 2012 26 RBK, if anyone knows. So it has rear bath and a kitchen. Had an outdoor kitchen and a rear bath. So like the back third of the camper was a freaking bathroom. It was giant. Like, it was huge. It was like as big as our camper, our previous camper. So, and then it had an outdoor kitchen. And I love an outdoor kitchen. I don't like cooking inside a camper. I just don't. I don't like smelling the camper up. I don't like doing any of that crap. I like to cook outside. I can drink and hang out and cook and grill, whatever. It's just my thing. It's what I like to do. I look forward to it, as a matter of fact. And kind of gets me down if somebody already has meal plans. It doesn't involve me cooking. So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So we go camping in this thing, man. I'm bragging. I told my mom, I'm like, my mother-in-law, I call her mom. I'm like, look at this. She couldn't believe it. I was like, giant. And I told her, she didn't know. I heard her the previous year make a comment about, fitting in the bathroom. So I brought that up. I'm like, now you can't say I can't fit in the bathroom. And, she was a little embarrassed. Oh man, the wind's picking up really good out here. It's blowing rocks. So, I ended up trading that camper for a boat. My old camper, I traded for an old boat. And it was a good boat. But I went down to Paul Sherry, which I think was in Indiana. And it was hot when I left. Like, I would say like 50 degrees, right? Everywhere over here. And get down to Paul Sherry and I trade out my tires. It's time to put new tires on the truck. And I put on Nitto. No, they weren't Nittos. Yeah, they were Nittos. Good snow tire. I love that tire. And I drug that camper, the new camper, all the way back up here from Indiana. And man, I was crossing the border. It was snowing in the Yukon, and I was crossing the border. It was snowing so hard that the GPS in the truck couldn't even get a signal. Like, it just had me going off the road, and I was relying on looking at that little arrow to stay centered on the road. That's just how bad you couldn't see anything out the window, right? It's terrible. So you never know when the weather's going to get really, really bad or just change on you. You got to be careful. You got to be ready for it. Like, it's clear right now, but in an hour, it can be no bueno, man. It can just be terrible. It can be no good at all. It can be no good once I start up this road here. These winds just started. I'm going to pull into this Shell station here and fill up. The next stop will be in, hopefully it will be in Toke. Coke Junction. They got a Shell station there. Oh, this is a good price, $3.34. That's 40 cents less, 45 cents less than that Chevron back there. Chevron always has higher gas. I don't know why. Do they just have like quality gas that's 8% better than this gas? I think we only have like one refinery in the whole state of Alaska. You get 8 cents. $0.05. That thing kind of sucks. I don't know why it does that.